Okay. Hello, everyone. It is Hump Day. Welcome to the Mary Jane Brunch group. We're doing the W3, which is called the Weed Womxn Wednesday. It is a series that we're going to be starting and putting out every Wednesday, honoring women's contribution to cannabis history through the lens of the tarot cards. And who is this for? It's basically for the weedy history buff like you and I, who likes to get educated as well as elevated in our midweek grind, okay? So to start off, we've got our in-house MJB Mage, Jessie Macpherson. And I'm going to tell you a little about this amazing Vancouver witch, okay? She is a tarot reader extraordinaire and an amazing writer who is fighting stage 2 breast cancer since November 2019, all right? Now, she's also had a partial mastectomy and is undergoing currently 4 months of chemo, which during this time we got to be extra careful, to make sure her health is like weedy and wonderful. Okay. So, Jessie, take it off.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jessie, and I would like to take the opportunity to introduce the MJB Queen Bee and creator of the Mary Jane Brunch and the Femme 420 Project, and a darling friend, Cindy Tran, an inspiration to me and one of my favorite weed queens.
Aw, love you, babe.
Aw. So I thought it might be fun if we started with an affirmation. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so if you've worked with me at MJB or at Hervana or anything like that, I use this deck, and it's by Gabriella Rosie. It's the Bad Bitch Affirmation deck, and it's awesome. And we got, I am destined for dopeness.
Yes.
That's perfect.
History in the making.
I know.
Very cool. Okay.
So one of the reasons I thought it might be fun to use the Queens of the Tarot to talk about women in weed history is because each of the queens represents a certain type of female power, and today's is the Queen of Wands, and she's about getting in touch with your inner fire, your inner creativity, and creating what you want to be in the world. And that's something that our first W3 queen actually did.
Okay.
And
okay.
She was fabulous. She had a place in her community. She had fabulous clothes, a dazzling job, and breast cancer. It's the Siberian Ice Princess. It's not
okay.
me.
Okay. Oh, so Siberian Ice Princess, tell us the scoop. What is she all about?
The Siberian Ice Princess lived about 2,500 years ago in the Republic of Altai, Russia. Oh. And when they found her mummy, it was among one of the most significant Russian archaeological findings of the late 20th century. And they found her in 1993, and she was a very special person because they found her in her own special burial mound with a whole pile of special things and fancy clothes and stuff for her to enjoy in the afterlife. Mm-hmm. And she even had tattoos. So she was a very special person, and they didn't know exactly how she fit into her community. However, when they examined her in 2014, when they did the MRI on her body, they found out she had breast cancer.
What? Okay.
Yes. And then
so she had a decked out crib.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
But the best thing they found was that her friends had buried her with her stash. They found cannabis seeds. 2,500-year-old cannabis seeds.
Those are good friends.
They are. This was actually a real game changer for interpreting what happened with her, because we saw someone who had a long-term illness and cannabis seeds. So they've come up with a really interesting theory about her.
Yeah.
They think they know what her job is.
What is her job?
They think she was a shaman. That Dr. Natalia Polosmak, one of the scientists, said that it was likely for this sick woman, the regular inhalation of cannabis smoke was a necessity. So yeah, we're looking at one of the first cancer patients who's used medical cannabis. The great thing is, her being in touch with cannabis and those aspects of the plant meant that she was in touch with the spirit world and someone who was very valuable to her community.
Oh my
So
gosh.
basically, she was sitting around smoking weed and talking to the spirits, and they loved her. She was someone
She was
who had a health
accepted.
condition and brought a lot to her community.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just take a moment. Can we toke to this amazing woman
Yes.
in history? She pioneered it, okay?
Here's to you.
Tokes. Oof. I love this.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Oh my gosh. So, this woman had breast cancer. She was a shaman. She had seeds. Like, she basically had the perfect setup to, if you think about it, modern day, like, cannabis, contemporary cannabis living.
Oh yes, yeah.
Had it all.
She even had like a yogurt smoothie cup too. It's like the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Oh my gosh, we're just
She had
going
tattoos
back.
and a
We're going
smoothie
back
too,
to
even
good old
better.
days. Okay, well, I mean, this is amazing that you're sharing this because, just from these different pieces of history, we could even see that back then for a woman to be a shaman, that's like a very high-ranking status, and it shows that you're right. She was really important to her community. She was the person who actually brought her community together and connected them. And this plant, she was connected to the plant, and she probably also shared
Yeah.
these practices to connect everyone in
Yes.
terms of the first use in medical cannabis. First medical cannabis user that I have learned of.
Yeah.
Very that's sensational. That's really.
Yes, and she may have even had weed themed accessories. She had a really gorgeous tall headpiece that was covered in gold and had a tree of life on it. We know
What?
what that's all about.
We know the
We sure
headgear.
do.
We
Yeah.
love our headgear.
Yes.
Okay. And then it's like, what else was it that I was just thinking about? That's like the key role that she played in her community. Also, at the same time, she was someone who, because of her cancer, like a lot of times when we think about people who have a sickness, we want to shy away from them simply because maybe we want them to get better, so we don't want to bother them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to see that kind of weakness, we feel like it's too vulnerable, and it can be scary, but she embraced it. She may have
Yeah.
had it, and probably during that time using you know
Oh yeah.
using the MJ to make sure that she could take care of herself. And it didn't sound like people would have like kept her away. They probably became closer to her, especially in the way that you were explaining how in her crib, she had all of these, like, what did she have again, like what kind of
Well, let's see.
what kind of crib did she have?
She had well, they buried her with 3 horses, not just one, 3.
Stallions.
She had her cannabis seeds. She had some other plant stuff. She had her yogurt smoothie cup and some fancy clothes, and she had thigh-high leather boots.
Oh my god, this, like,
So
I want to friend her.
I know she's so styling, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
and I really love what you said about being embraced with her community in spite of or because of her illness,
Hmm.
because it said her ecstatic visions were able to help her community gather together and
Hmm.
help them learn about themselves and about nature. And also the nice thing is it's a great way to show that people who are differently abled or who have different health aspects can still be really beneficial and valuable to the community. And one
Exactly.
of the nice things is that where she was buried, she
Mhm.
had to be there for about 4 months. So basically, when she got sicker, they didn't abandon her. They picked her up and took care of her and made sure she had a really lovely burial. So she was someone who really special, who made a huge difference in her time, and she's making a difference now because of all that we can learn about that culture.
Yeah. Like that, all that we've uncovered and all that's going to bloom from it. Right?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I want to bring it back. Thank you so much for sharing, this ice princess who is just warming our hearts. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, just warming our hearts. This fiery shaman, and the way that she fit into community. And I want to take it back to just the way that, you know, we want everyone to, you know, feel and embrace our community, right? The Mary Jane Brunch, you MJBs out there, all about us coming together as a collective, especially during this time, and knowing that we're not alone. And even if you are feeling that, you know, oh, you're sick, no one wants to be around you, social distancing does not make you alone. Okay, it gives you every opportunity to connect more with people, and we're here to do that. And this is why we're here for Jessie, who in spite of everything, in spite of the fact that after this amazing like MJB Mage is going to be heading off for her next chemo sesh. Okay, we're going to end off this sesh by saying this: she's got an amazing GoFundMe right now. Okay, like help support this amazing artist. We've set it up so that you can go onto our Instagram account, Mary Jane Brunch. It's in the link tree. She's got her GoFundMe there. Definitely, if you want to support this amazing artist and this series that we are trying to get the awareness out, and we're trying to put it out every Wednesday, you can, you know, click there. We'll also put in, Jessie does offer, like I said, tarot reader extraordinaire. We're going to drop into the post a schedule of all the times that she's taking, you know, between chemo, between session, between doing the W3, as well as her contact email, so that you guys can reach out to her directly.
Thank
She
you.
says why
Thank you.
you love this bad bae. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
And just, I mean, yeah. Anything else? Anything else that I'm missing, Jessie?
Well, want me to send us out with a tarot reading for the week ahead?
Ooh. The power of three. Let's get down to
let's do
reading.
that.
Let's
Do a
do it.
quick three card reading for us. Thank you so much for joining me. And I've got a great woman of weed picked out for the Queen of Pentacles next week.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, we're gonna
We have
with like
we have the amazing Brownie Mary. She was kind of a very earthly queen in San Francisco in the 80s, who got her start in the medical marijuana industry by providing brownies for AIDS patients when no one else would. So I can't wait to tell you all about her on next Wednesday.
I can't wait. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be probably like baking, if not a little bit baked after.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's end it off on a high with
let's. Okay, excellent. So I'm gonna get a picture of this for the social medias too, so you can refer to it later. Okay, so what we're leaving behind this week, the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is about kind of leaving that regret and leaving that stress behind you. It's about picking up, moving on, or as my sweetie says, putting on your big girl pants. So this is like okay, things aren't great, but we can move on and deal with them. So I think that's kind of where we are right now. We're accepting it and dealing with it.
Yes.
And where we are right now, divine wisdom. That's totally good for our shaman friend, and totally good for us. So right now, if we're stuck, kind of connect to the light, connect to the things that make you happy, connect to the things that give you hope, connect to your weed. And don't forget to Zoom and call your friends and be in touch with great people, and use that to help lift up your spirits. And what's forthcoming, the 4 of Wands. This is the community building card, and it's community ideas and passions coming together to kind of create a home and a stable place. So that's what we're doing right now. And I think we're doing that with the W3 and the MJB online. So keep building that community, and don't forget that you have the power to do it. COVID-19 may make you feel powerless, but don't forget you've still got a lot, and you've still got a lot to give. So just like Cindy said, keep on keeping on. So that's our reading for the week ahead.
Love it. Well, again, last totes to you. Thank you so much, Jessie, for this time. And we're looking forward to W3 next hump day. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.